out of your 14 years of being in a professional team, and then some odd years before that, who would you say impacted you the most to shape the player that you became in your football career?
Well, I'd say the guy that impacted me the most, probably Jack Thompson, who was the throwing Samoan, who was at Washington State, played in the NFL. I met him when he was kind of finishing up his career in Tampa with the Bucks, and I'd say he had the biggest influence on me just for the fact that he helped me throughout my career. I met him when I was a senior in high school. Helped me get to college. Helped me get to Washington State. Was there for advice for me throughout those years, late high school, college, early years in the pros. Was always had good, timely advice for me and stuff like that. So he's a guy that I consider a big brother figure to me, and I love him dearly, and he's been a rock for me, and he's someone I know I can call and get the straight scoop from, and that's one of the things I love about him, and his willingness to share with just some kid that he met playing basketball, so that's special. And then as a player, you always, you watch guys. I watched a lot of guys on film as I was a young lineman trying to be a good lineman. Of course, George Arno, I'd have to throw him in there too, who, was a great influence on me and as a coach in college and my first offensive line coach, and taught me the stuff in a year and a half of playing O-line for him at Washington State, the stuff that I used throughout my NFL career, and the techniques and different things like that. So he was a great influence. It was always there for me. So I appreciate that. But then, like I was saying, you watch guys, you watch veterans on your team, how they conduct yourself, the guys that you want to be like, how hard they work, how they conduct themselves, how they handle themselves. Clay Matthews was one of those guys, not the Clay Matthews that just that went from the Packers to the Rams recently, but the one, his dad. I knew little Clay when he was just a little guy running around the locker room, but guys like that, and then guys you watched, his brother Bruce Matthews, I would watch him on film all the time and try to emulate some of the stuff he did, because he was such a great offensive lineman, and you want to pattern yourself and after guys like that, and try to learn techniques from them, things like that. So there's just a lot of guys that have an influence on you as you go throughout your career, and you have to be thankful for all those relationships.